Even though constitutional amendments have always come out of Congress, there is another way. Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution allows states to draft amendments independently of the federal government. It's just never happened before. So it was an historic meeting on December 7th, 2013, when about 100 lawmakers from 32 different states came together at Mount Vernon in Virginia to form the organizational structure for a convention to amend the Constitution. Wisconsin Representative Chris Kapenga was instrumental in organizing the summit.
This is strictly state legislators, currently elected. We don't have any outside groups that are involved. And we are being very careful. We're not touching subject matter. We're strictly going to focus on the rules and procedures that would run a convention under Article 5 if it ever happened.
Part of the reason states have never proposed amendments on their own is because up until 100 years ago, there was no reason to. State legislatures got to elect U.S. senators, which meant they already had a direct part in the federal government. The 17th Amendment changed that by having the people directly elect senators, and the state governments lost their voice in Washington. With Congress's approval ratings at historic lows, both Republicans and Democrats at the state level of government are interested in paths around Washington.
As I spoke with Democrat and Republican state legislators from across the nation, nobody said, I don't agree with the concept. Everybody's like, you know what, that makes sense.
Kapenga says this bipartisan buy-in is possible because the focus of the meetings is on the process and not any potential future amendments it could create.
It's going to start creating this play in the sandbox together mentality where, hey, all of a sudden we're together, we're doing something we can unite on. And as we do that, I think you'll start getting some ideas that, hey, here's maybe the next step. So, leadership is not always about knowing the end game. It's about taking the step you can take and have to take, and things will progress from there.
The first meeting only lasted 4 hours and was mostly for planning the next steps. 1 year from now, lawmakers plan to meet in Indianapolis to officially draft out the rules for a convention.
After we draft these rules, we will actually have to have an official convention of the states called, which means what you do is each state has to actually pass a resolution that authorizes it to happen. Hey, we are authorizing this action. Here are the delegates that we're going to send to it. And then when you show up, you actually bring your credentials with you. And you have to say, I'm here from the state of Wisconsin, authorized under resolution. So it really is an official act of the legislature.
Kapenga says there has been minimal interest from federal officials, but they are definitely aware of what the state lawmakers are working on. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmulski.